Why are you inspired by the matatu?
It's kind of, I like vehicles. That's what I study.
So you can actually do artwork on vehicles.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Really? Oh, the mat. Or just cars? What? I saw you sent something on the group. Was that you? That looked like Andrew. Was that your inspiration? This is the mask era. The mask era.
Like the futuristic.
Yeah.
That with the old
How come you flash them from the book? Yeah, I think you can only go to Geroge. Wow. I love the hair detail. Yeah. Very nice. What? I like it.
One of the reasons is that when you see your parents smiling, automatically you smile.
Yes.
Automatically.
Yes.
And that happens especially with my mother. When I see her smiling because of my results, yeah, I feel like, yeah, I've done something. Like, Yanis jam let down, because the moment you let her down, then you are in hot soup. You're
The
just
vibe in the
loose.
house will be
Yeah.
kutakuwa na tension. Really?
And
What is the worst that could happen? She won't give you a meal.
Not really.
you will
not
receive the lecture of your life,
Oh.
Sahi. Like a month full of lecture.
A month.
Or yeah.
Are you telling that women, mothers especially, they prolong the grudge until they get what they want?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You guys.
When it happens to some cases, because she really wants much from me, especially for me. I'm
Yeah.
a firstborn,
Yeah.
and
Firstborn.
I'm the only male, and the others are females.
Yeah.
So she wants a lot from me.
Even when you're not the firstborn. Oh, you're the firstborn.
Yeah,
But
I
even
am.
all the same, I think pressure is still there. Even if, as long as you're a guy, there's pressure, there's expectation the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It, like you can imagine that what people would actually, that is a stone right there to throw at you, you
In
know.
fact, those are the kind of things I used to think to myself.
So you
Just
were living in fear.
in some way I was.
Oh
It was
my
really
God.
hard.
How did that
Sometimes-
affect? Sometimes.
Sometimes I will even just cry, because I will imagine, like, what if I miss out?
Do you
I
see
understand
the
you.
expectations of the human race? So you never lived your life fully.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Guys, do you know even celebrities, and I'm going to say this loud because they can attest to that, have to live to certain expectations, and the pressure is so much that they would never be themselves every time they're living for the people. So it happens even in school.
Yeah, it is.
It really does.
When you end up
Yeah.
focusing so much.
You
You end up focusing so much
on them.
studies,
Uh-huh.
on fulfilling what they're expecting out of you. You forget about some very other crucial parts of you. You know, then those are the kind of things I've come to discover after I finished school.
And you're like, what was that?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I was just seated on a corner, like how introverts like. I was sitting in a corner,
Yeah.
the phone, scrolling about some things, and then she came to tell me, George, what are you doing there? Wake up, wake up.
She's taught
George.
you since baby class, right?
No.
Is it? Oh, you are older.
No. I relocated. I came here firstly about 2010. Then from there I relocated some place in Embu. I'm an Embian. So
Do I Embu?
So I then came back in 2020, 2021 when I'm in Form 1. So from there then I became an introvert because where I was raised up, it was a kind of enclosed space. You're not allowed to go outside the fence,
Yeah.
just right here. So I was raised like keeping my own secrets for my own pain from my
But
own.
what about your siblings? Don't you have siblings?
Yes, I have siblings,
But-
but I still have some pressure because I won't like show them the weaker side of me. Because if I show them that I'm weaker, then
They will be worse because they're looking up to you.
and
What?
the worst part is that I'm the male one, they are girls. See,
And they expect you to protect them.
so there's a lot of pressure, there is a lot of expectations, there is a lot of responsibilities to being a male.
Guys, there's so much to talk about in this topic, and I want you to please in the comment section questions that you think we should ask and realistic stories that we can engage with concerning this. This cannot end right now. And the main agenda here was actually to see George's drawings, but we normally talk and do what we love best. What do you think about our topic right now? We are discussing peer pressure, school, and expectation society. Please watch us, watch and write what you need us to talk about, or the questions you have, or the concerns. George and Ian and I will continue to come up with more information, and we will just jump a story until we get the answers. Thank you for tuning in. Ian, we're going to release you now, and then we can go on with George's drawings, and then it's been real.
Yeah.
Advice, the last parting shot to someone who's watching,
Okay, for me personally, what I would
and
advise,
especially the guys.
yeah, especially the guys, what I can advise all the people watching right now
Yeah.
is that first of all, when it comes to relating with people, make sure that you establish your boundaries first, especially when you're relating with the opposite sex, because you may not know where people are coming from. Some people, they just come maybe to just destroy your life. Some people will come in the form of best friends, but in the real sense, they may just come to, mess you up. So for me, I would just like to, make sure you get to know the people that you are relating with first before you take it to the next level. If you're relating with a girl and you don't want it to go to to a level of, you're having maybe a love connection, make sure you establish your boundaries first. And at this age, I wouldn't recommend this thing of dating. It won't help at this time because right now you're still in school. In fact, you're being provided for by your parents. So how can you provide for someone else if you yourself you're being provided for?
Ding,
See,
ding, ding.
it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Wow.
So,
Thank
yeah,
you,
that's-
Ian, for that. Guys, this is what George has been sketching as he was talking. Look at that. That is
Not yet.
too much. I love what I see. This is too good. So, I love where this is going because we are getting to. It's called kuchimbua. What do you call it? What do you say that in English? Kuchimbua. We are chimbuaing. We are chimbuaing. We are digging out some realities. All right. So you told us about the fact that you wouldn't put yourself in a situation like that where you're helping out someone who is stuck because you're scared of what the society might perceive of you? What if you're just the only person who can actually help this particular soul?
First, I can't just do something without thinking first. Yeah. Because, and still, you have to look at the environment. Because you can't, okay, let's put it in this way. There's a half-dressed woman. I've seen her faint. I've seen her drowning. Then I've just gotten her into the shower. Somewhere dry. Maybe, let's say it's kind of swimming pool.
Yeah.
Even though I don't swim that much. So, you have to perform CPR. Of course, yeah, you can't be the only person right there. There are still some females. You just
Fine.
have to look out.
Okay.
Some people, because I myself, I can't perform CPR. I can't perform CPR to some kind of a person.
Let's change the venue, because obviously a swimming pool has many people. So you are in. Let's try a venue like the forests that we have around where we go for jogging and everything. So in that space, and you're the only ones who are like, she's ahead of you or she's behind you, and you're busy working out. You have some meters or kilometers to run, and then boom, she faints.
Yeah.
And you're the only one. The others are way behind.
Yeah.
And she's dressed, yes, for working out, but it's not 100% working out. She's dressed.
Okay.
She's dressed for fresh air. She's
okay.
dressed for fresh air.
It's okay. So, one thing, in order for me first to make the people kind of see what I'm doing, it's not what
They're thinking.
So you just elevate the legs, because when you elevate the legs,
Oh,
the blood
like-
runs to the head.
Oh yeah.
So when you elevate, when the blood gets to the head.
To the brain.
So you see, at that time then you can perform CPR or mouth to mouth that thing. I don't know I don't do biology.
Let me ask you, George. So you're the guy here. You're a guy. It's so amazing that the first thought that would strike anybody who is behind or find you, they would think you're literally molesting that human being.
But okay. You
Guys,
can't
true?
be molesting someone who's just staying still at the ground. Yeah.
But you see, okay, I'm concerned because even in the streets, in the CBD or in the streets, anything like that happens, you are the one who's gonna get attacked.
Yes.
And you are intentionally helping out somebody.
Yeah, you're gonna get attacked if you find yourself in such a situation, and you do not first think before you do anything, and
do
do
it
not
first.
first view your surroundings.
Like,
Yeah.
to see who's there.
Yeah, you have to first to do some bearing, because you might find yourself in
In
some
a
kind
very
of
tricky
situation,
situation.
and then inaweza kuletea to.
It's scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
So are you telling us that guys really have a lot of it's hard to maneuver society as a guy? You really have to prove yourself first. Do you think you're not believable these days? And especially these days, you don't have to guys, no, guys are like this, guys are like that.
Okay. That doesn't happen mostly on guys, even girls. Yeah, they really hurt us. They really do. They really hurt us.
Give us an example, because maybe they hurt you and they're not aware that they're hurting you. Because you see, guys do not really express themselves, and especially the young guys, they don't say like, I didn't like this and that. I noticed that guys just shut down.
Yeah, we do.
Do you realize
Especially me.
Especially you, do you realize that even your sister can be confused about, okay, why is George just shut down?
Yeah.
She could have done something, said something that you didn't like, and she had no idea, or they had no idea that it's triggered you badly.
So, this is it. She has said something that really shut me down. Yeah, I'm gonna just I can just neza nyamaza, but anger is anger, hasira ni hasira, and still I have my whole body and I have my whole hands. So yeah, I may get to neza nyamaza, but I may just I may slap that person to death. So still you have to prove yourself as a guy. That's too much pressure in the society. And with that thing that's where peer pressure pops in. Because these days a lot of people, especially my age, don't wanna be in LGBTQ. So it's okay, the society just thinks you better find a guy, or else they just think that you are a gay or a lesbian.
yeah.
So you just find yourself in this situation. What if I don't have one? Okay, what
God.
will they think? What will they say about
So
me?
sometimes the pressure comes like that. Like
Yeah.
they think that if you're not literally dating or literally having a close friend,
Yeah. Or
woman
literally
friend.
you're not opening up to some people. Because according to me, it's hard for me to open up to people, especially those who I don't trust. And you
isn't that so much pressure? Like, what do you mean? You don't want to relate right now, and then here, people are thinking that ule.
first kwanza hii kitu inaitwa LGBTQ imeharibu watu sana, and still imeweka
How so?
watu peer pressure. Because one, when I'm talking about kuharibu watu, it's being talked against in the Bible. When you see Nineveh, what were they done to? They were to be by fire. Walikuwa wachomwe yani. When you look at Sodom and Gomorrah, wow, yani yao ikusamehewa, just it was like wao walichomeka tu for once, hata kukuwa na otherwise. So you find yourself in this kind of a situation. The religious is against it. The country itself, most of the people are against it. The society is against it. So you find yourself in this kind of a situation. You don't have someone. And here is the society. And here is the paparazzi. Why don't you have someone? Are you LGBT? Are you gay? Are you lesbian?
Man.
So you have to really...
So it's become like a how do I say? It's a tag. That one is not. I've never seen that guy with a chick, so he must be. And it's so disgusting, honestly, right?
Yeah, and you see,
So
guys
there's no
like...
right for someone to be alone anymore.
Yeah, it's something like that. There's no right for someone to be alone. Especially when you're in this age of mind, teenagers.
And especially in schools.
Yeah, especially in schools. First,
But
you have to prove yourself to your class. Because, yeah, you have to. Especially in the school which I am in. You don't talk to a girl, then you're...
questionable.
Who are you?
Seriously.
Yeah, you
So
have
is that happening a lot in boarding schools?
Yeah, it's happening a lot. I myself have experienced it
What?
a lot of times.
So someone came to you and
Especially because, I'm young. I'm 16. Literally 16, and I'm in Form 4.
Ian is 17,
I'm
I
studying.
think.
Yeah, I'm studying with people who are a bit, even 4 years older than I am. So, and I myself, I have to maybe yani nafaa nizieke kwa hiyo ligi yao, like I have to mature myself enough to be like them. So you find myself, yeah, I'm 16. I got to high school at the age of 13. Yeah, not even 13, 12. I think so.
Yeah.
12. At 12, I was in high school already. So I was in this kind of a pressure then. That age, ni ile yenye mnataka tuseme, you find yourself girls that side, boys this side.
Yeah.
So when you get to high school, you find everything has changed. You have to meet someone.
You have to meet someone.
Yeah, you have to meet someone. You have to mix up yourself. You have to talk to someone, literally. And still, according to me, it's just giving me a lot of pressure. Like, yeah, I'm 13 then. Yeah, I've started talking to girls. Yeah, but you just find your way through. You live your life.
Okay. So these girls you're talking to, is it that you have to prove yourself that you just have friends, girls who are friends, or is it that you must be seen with one person as your girlfriend the whole entire journey to prove that you're straight?
Okay. In both cases it works in both cases. Cause one, you have to prove yourself loyal. Yeah, there's royalty. And still, you have to prove yourself that you're not just stuck in with one person. Because
What? So it's not even just having one person, it's having people, girls.
Yeah, girlfriends.
Oh my gosh. And what happens to those girls then? Because there are those who feel like, this is my person, this is the person that I'm hanging around, this is my best friend, and then they realize that you have like 6 more.
Okay, this is what happens. In most guys, they find it like, yeah, I have this one. This is the main. These ones are substitutes. In short, Solomon.
And the concubines.
Yeah. So, but that thing, even though it has affected me, but I've
You
never
as
fallen
George.
for it. Yeah, I've never fallen for it. Yeah, you will find me talking to a girl. Yes. Unasema, yeah, at least George see gay, as they put it.
You know, guys, because I've had so much of this in schools where someone was like, you're so gay. And I'm thinking, why is that even a joke?
It's not a joke.
Why is it
That
even
thing,
like it sounds
that
like a
thing
joke?
stinks.
Excuse me.
That thing stinks. Yani inanuka na bado inakudunga. In both cases, cause the moment people realize that you're gay, yeah, your schooling is over.
Your schooling is over.
Yeah, your schooling is over. Education life is over.
Why?
Your friends are done with you, especially for
If
me.
they find out you are.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this. What determines when someone is gay, as you're saying?
Okay. One, if you can hear me, I have broken my voice. There is some friend of mine by the name of Vinny.
Yeah.
We are in the same school, different streams, but the same class. His voice is not yet broken. It's kind of yani analazimishanga kuongea ka mtu yani. So last year he received this kind of a note that, yeah, I know you are gay, no maana sasa hata uwezi break voice yako nini. So he had to prove that he is not by at least having a girlfriend.
Whom he did not intend to even...
He did not intend to. He is an introvert. The way I know him, he doesn't even speak that much because he's gotten huge trauma due to his voice. So, secondly is that, do you know the meaning of Jesse? Not the Jesse from the Bible. Jesse. There are people who are Jesses. There are guys who are Jesses. They look like girls, they act like girls.
Yeah.
So, and they literally are not gays. So they have just like to put themselves out. They just have this kind of trauma. They are put in this kind of a pressure. Like, oh God, how do I even explain it?
Just a minute.
So you wanna receive this kind of a pressure, they have to be seen with somebody of the opposite sex, or else they find out themselves in this kind of a situation. Oh, you are gay, you are lesbian, then we want to be friends with you. Then your schooling is over, your
So,
principal
George,
calls you
you're
out, then
telling
you're
me
expelled.
there are guys who are going through possible depression because no one wants to hang around them because they have judged them wrongly.
Yeah, there is a lot of depression, especially on guys, because okay, as for me, I don't talk much, I don't have a lot of friends, but I just hide my feelings, hide my truth on a kind of a tough face. Yeah, I put a tough face in a bonda, and you find, hey, this guy is so cool, this guy is just, yeah, hananga shida. I find myself in my situation that I don't want to receive any kind of attention. Yeah, that's it. So most of the guys just hide it. You hide it because the moment you just talk it out, umeharibu maneno bwana.
So, George, what would you tell someone else who is in that situation right now? They're going back to school, and they've been in such a crisis where they're being judged wrongly.
So this is what I can tell you. Live your life. Don't just worry of those people who talk behind your back. There is a reason they are behind you, not in front of you.
Did you hear that? There's a reason why they're behind you and not in front of you.
Yeah. There is a reason they are talking on your back
Yeah.
and not on your front. That is because you are better than them. They find themselves in a situation that they are jealous of how you're proceeding. Yeah, you're better, you're outstanding. So
Correct.
they find it extremely awkward to talk in front of you. So they just talk on your back.
So now you are going back to school. There's obviously someone who's gonna watch this and wonder, okay, George, ameenda to set up, yani, but it's reality. Have you been through bullying, and how do you handle that?
Yeah, I've been through bullying, especially from class 2. Yeah, class 2. I've been through bullying from class 2. I can remember this guy. He used to taunt me a lot. He was my nightmare. Yeah. And now, what I can say is that when you get to some place, don't just want to receive a lot of attention. And secondly, there are authorities. These days, there are a lot of shared services.
Yeah.
You can't just be bullied and just sit there. They'll continue and they'll never stop. You won't earn your rights. They won't earn anything.
So do you think bullying is something that can stop?
Yeah, it can.
How? That's
If
what
people advocate against it, it can.
okay, you as a student, you as a teenager, and you as George, how would you do it? How would you bring this movement to life?
Okay. I was bullied because I was weak. Okay. The moment you see my picture, you find out that I'm tall and I'm thin. Yeah, that's my reality. I've tried gym, I've tried a lot of stuff, but nothing works out. So you find myself that the guy who was bullying me is kind of physically fit and
Yeah.
really strong. So the only thing that I did is just I joined martial arts. I did martial arts for about 6 months, but it definitely didn't work out that well.
Because you're going for the wrong intentions.
Yeah.
You'll chop at this guy the same way.
But yeah, even though you just find yourself in that kind of a situation, go and learn martial arts, you definitely don't be in a position of not confronting them. So the only thing that I can say is that just advocate against it. There are still the teachers, there are child services, and still, let me say that bullying is not something you want to do. Bullying is something that can land you in prison. Bullying is something that is not really good. If you just put yourself in that shoe, in that person you're bullying, in that person's shoe, if you yourself you're bullied the same way, how will you feel?
Yeah.
Okay, there is this kind of a principle that guides me. Do to someone what you would like them to do to you. So I myself, I'm always nice, I'm always ready to help to people the way that I would like them to do to me. She can testify. I talk to people. I help a lot. The moment I find an opportunity to help and I myself am in a situation that I can do it, I just do it. Because you may help that person and then the next time you find yourself in that kind of a situation and she comes and does the same thing to you. Because this world is very cold, what goes around comes around.
So someone is there and they're watching and they're thinking, what are you telling us? We bully because sisi ndio kusema we are the G's, you know?
Okay, continue saying that you're bully because we're ndio kusema. You know, this world is very common. You bully person, one day you'll be bullied. hurt people hurt others, even though that saying says like that. You are not in a position to bully someone because you yourself are bullied.
So do you
What's
think
that?
bullies are people who are just in pain and they want people to feel the pain they feel?
One, yeah, it is. Because you find out that most bullies are informed too. Yeah,
From two.
most of them are informed too.
Because they were in
According to
Form
my
1,
statistics.
because they were in Form 1 and they went through hell, so they've carried it forward.
Yeah, to
And that
form
is why the trend of bullying keeps going round in circles, because it's like a phase. Our memaliza, they come and bully, and then the next one like that.
Yeah, but I can say that don't really bully someone because he or she is weak or something happened to them.
And of course, bullying lowers your
Self-esteem. It lowers your self-esteem.
You
It
who is
lowers
bullying or you
your
who is being
self-awareness.
bullied?
You who is being bullied. Because I myself, I hated myself a lot. I really hated myself. I went through this kind of a depression. I just couldn't talk to people, but no one knew that I was in depression because you just hide it. You don't have anything to do.
All right, Judge, we have so much to talk about, and I feel like we don't have enough time to do to carry on with this fast at one. That means that we will have to carry on this conversation, and it would be good if we have the girl here on the side to actually share out their experiences, because the same way guys are going through a lot, girls are also going through the same thing. But I love the fact that we talked about the outfits. I like the fact that we talk about what provokes what, and eventually what to do when you're in such a situation. So you're here telling us the solution is to care less. You've told us to care less and to carry on with your life.
Yeah.
What
Just
if you're hurt? What
leave
if you're wounded? What if you're hurt? How do you just carry on?
Okay. One, find someone you can trust. Find someone who is there for you.
Right.
Share it out. Because sharing a problem is half
The problem.
half of the problem is solved.
So who are we trusting here? Is it someone who is older? Is it someone who's the same age group? Is it someone who can give a solution? Who are we trusting here?
One, I will go for someone older, and another one I will go for someone who can give you the solution.
Right.
Because someone older has an experience of what this earth is like, and has an experience of what anakuelewa, is kind of understanding you. And secondly, don't go just to anyone who is older.
Yeah.
You can find someone younger, but
They have wisdom.
they have what it takes to help you. So just find someone you can trust, share it out, find a solution to anything. There is nothing in this earth which is like that. God created everything with a solution. God created fire and then created water.
Yes. There is order.
You see, so there is always a solution to everything. Even though it's how hard it takes, it takes what period. There is always a solution to
Cooling
everything.
moment. There is a cooling moment.
Yeah. So find it, and still don't be afraid to speak it out. Don't be an introvert as I am. I'm trying extremely hard to be an
come out.
extrovert. I'm trying to. It's being an introvert inakanga ni kama
Right.
you are pinned into a wall. So you have to find yourself out.
And does extrovert mean when loud you go out there, or does it just mean you have the courage to interact with other people?
Yeah. Being an extrovert means you have the courage to interact, and still you have the tips too, because you can just have the courage and no tips, so you are out of the game.
All right, so George, that has been really cool. I like that you are open enough to tell us who George is, and your advice to guys who are in school who are doing their best to please the society. They're working very hard at it. Don't you think they should work even more hard to please God and to please themselves in a positive way?
Yeah.
The
First,
same energy can be turned around to themselves instead of doing it for society. Because one thing I know, teens, when you go home for holidays, the person who you've been trying to please in school is not even there with you for a whole month or more. So what would you tell them?
One guy, you know what took you there. Even though you're just there to please your parent, yeah, do so. It's good to please your parent, but still know who you are. Live your life. Don't slave my life. If you follow me, don't follow me. I'm lost. I'm already lost.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
follow
honest.
me.
That's honest.
So live your life, guys. Don't think of the world outside, because the moment you find yourself focused, then you start thinking of the world outside there. I think you're going to be doomed for sure. So the energy you have in pleasing the society, find extract a portion of it. I don't want. I'm not saying that don't please the society anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally can't do that, because yeah, let's just put in this situation of you having a girlfriend. You have to have one because of the society, in short. But just extract some of that energy, put it in pleasing God. Put it in pleasing yourself. Do what you love. Don't do what others think of you
So
doing.
first thing is you. You know, because I know even the Bible says that love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Yeah.
So in other words, God expects us to love us first
Yeah.
before you love someone else. And
Yes.
so if you do things for others first before you considering, and I'm not saying you be selfish, but you have to
Yeah.
think about you when you're doing what you're doing for others, right?
And still, don't live a life of now. Live a life of tomorrow. When you do
Whatever
something,
you do, think 2 years, 5 years
yeah,
ahead.
when whatever you do right now, think of its consequence years to come. Right now, I'm actually the best sketcher in the school. I'm the best
Sketcher.
sketcher in
The
the school.
best sketcher in the school. You can see that?
My
That is
art,
how
when
they
when we were in drama in Machakos County, high school in Machakos. So when I do school in Machakos, we were doing this kind of a cultural song, cultural
Yeah.
dance, and still there are this kind of a billboards. So we had to paint them, and I was one of the people who did that work. So I was literally the artwork was literally recognized. The judges complimented it, and they said, even though it was simple, but that person is going to follow that.
So what I'm hearing, George, is if you feel like you can't stand the group that you're in or the kind of friends that you have, or you can't stand some form of pressure, find something to do that will distract you from the attention
Yes.
of trying to please people.
Yeah.
Do something. This looks very simple. It is a lot of work. It looks simple, but you never know some years from now or even tomorrow how this will take him far. So find something to do. George is trying to say that we are living in a society where people are in people's businesses, but you can also move yourself from that by being focused. Busy people are valued people. True?
Yeah. Yes, they are. They are valued
People who get bullied are people who are sometimes available for the bullying. But if you show your focus is elsewhere, people start respecting you for that, correct? So guys, it's been real, it's been awesome. I know, George, you're going to come back and we're going to do a part 2 and we're going to really now get deeper into details of how guys should begin to live a sober-minded life, especially a teenager, because that's where your life gets shaped, right? Parting shot, George?
No, say no to peer pressure. Peer pressure has costed a lot of lives, man.
It has.
Say don't just please people, because if you please people, then you find yourself in a situation where you can't get yourself in. You'll find yourself pinned in the wall on a corner, and you can't find you can't find your way
swim away.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So live your life, man.
Live
Avoid
your
peer
life.
pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And love yourself. Don't love others more than
First
love
you
yourself.
and then others, right? So that you know your self-worth. This is cool. Guys, check this out. I love what I see. I love what I see. Inside? Super. Oh wow, yes, this one. This one was kind of my favorite. Of course, because it's a girl, and then there's this mask idea. This is really cool. But so far, so what are you going to do with this next? How are you going to conclude?
It's hard.
Guys, I love this. I love this. Do you have like a social media handle where guys can find you?
Yeah. I'm only on Instagram. Find me on Tanax82_Troni. I know you can't just spell it. Let me write it.
Tanax, it's right here. Tanax82_. Check him out. Check him out, guys. All right. Till next time, God bless you, and see you in part 2 of Ian, George, and you never know who else is going to join us. Toodles. Let's talk matters, peer pressure, relationship, and just being a guy and being of impact instead of being drowned in unnecessary dilemmas. Bye bye.